So things are about to change, and I'm not talking about a little change, oh no, I'm talking about moving and having a fresh start kind of change. All I'm saying is, it's gonna be a wild next couple of months, bro. And what better way to illustrate this video and all of its points than to make an unfiltered video with very little editing. Also, because of this change coming up, I just have less time in general, so just go with it. Okay, so before I dive into what is going on, let's just talk about my current situation to kind of give you more context as to what is even going on. And I think it'll just make more sense. So for context, I've been living with my girlfriend in her parents' place for the last 3 years or so, and in those 3 years, we've basically been paying dirt cheap rent. And if you thought that was amazing, here's the epic part. Her parents have been living elsewhere pretty much the entire time, except for these last few months. So for almost 2.5 years, we basically had the entire house to ourselves, and that was a lot of fun. But of course, all good things do come to an end, and well, her parents did move back eventually. And as you can guess, it's been a little cramped in this house ever since. Now, okay, I don't want to sound like an ungrateful ass. I mean, I am extremely privileged to have been in this situation for the last like 2.5 years. And I wouldn't be in the position I am right now if it weren't for this whole situation. Like for real, just the amount of savings that I've gotten since living here in the last like almost 3 years. It's almost enough for a down payment, and I think you know where I'm going with this. So because both me and my girlfriend are nerd software developers, and we make a lot of money combined and have very little expenses, we've been saving for a good long time now. And while we wanted to stay here as long as possible and just keep building our savings, you know, just be comfortable and also be financially responsible, living with your girlfriend in the basement of her parents' house while her parents are upstairs isn't exactly the dream situation. And well, you can probably imagine where I'm going with this. I think it's time for a scenery change. So if you've been watching for a while, you might have noticed that I only really record in this space. I mean, what you're watching right now, what's in the background, that's just my setup. This is my office/studio, and I do everything in here. I work my full-time job here, I do my drumming right there, record my videos right here, I do everything right in this spot. And well, the reason that I haven't really changed it up in a while is because I just don't have anywhere else to record. We already got a full house, so I just don't really have anywhere else to record. This is pretty much the only place that I can film without disturbing anybody, and well, it's not ideal. But now let's talk about the change that will be coming, because there will be a lot of change coming and in a lot of different ways. So basically, we're currently in the process of buying a house. Yeah. And the thing is, we already have an accepted offer. Like at this point, it's pretty much certain that we're going to be moving very soon. I mean, this is probably the first time you're going to hear it from me, but we basically already got the house. I mean, I guess this is kind of like an official announcement, but the house is pretty much already ours. We just need to like do all the finalizing, closing, all that stuff, But I'll tell you what, buying a house is stressful, bro. There's just like so many things you gotta watch out for, like goddamn. But things will be changing massively. Like I'm not just talking about my videos, but my entire daily life, my routine, my like everything. Nothing will be the same pretty much. But with a new house comes a new studio, and it means my videos will be different soon, and hell, since we have the whole house to ourselves, I can pretty much film anywhere I want. So with that said, you can expect different styles of videos coming up. I mean, hell, I'm just gonna start a cooking channel. I can record in the kitchen. I'm gonna show you how to make hard-boiled eggs. Okay, I won't do that, that's kind of cursed. But I've been wanting to film with new styles for a while now, and this whole cramped studio situation is not ideal for my creativity. But at the same time, with everything going on, I mean, I got a lot of things occupying my head right now. I still have my full-time job to do. I got YouTube on top of all that. I got to deal with closing on the house and, ordering all of these things like movers and, getting my utilities set up, shit like that. There's just a lot going on, man. But I can assure you that I will not be giving up on YouTube anytime soon. You might just see a little less uploads for the next month or two. So that's why you gotta make sure you sub so you can see the new content when it comes out. Also, don't worry, we made sure to pick a house where I can still record and have my own studio, so all I'm saying is once the new studio is set up, these YouTube videos are gonna look pretty damn sweet. So of course, it wouldn't be an Evan Arginal video if it weren't for a takeaway lesson at the end of the video. I do want to mention a video that I made briefly called Change It Up, and the takeaway of that video was that changing it up from time to time is a good thing, even if that change is big or small. Changing it up from time to time with little things is a good thing, but the same thing also applies to big things. Yeah, I was really comfortable living under my girlfriend's parents' roof for like dirt cheap for a long time, but the time has come for a change. I know things are easier where I am, everything's already established and set up, and I can keep saving money if I want to, and there's just very little risk for staying here, but at the same time, there's also risk by staying here. I'm losing out on potentially buying a new house, which is what I'm doing. Everything you do is a risk, and you know what? Just being alive is a risk in itself. Every choice we make is a risk. Even the choice to do nothing is still a risk, because the risk is that you're missing out on things that are actually good. Yes, buying a house right now is a huge risk, but I think it's necessary for my personal growth and also the growth of my relationship with my girlfriend. And with that, of course, I gotta reference another video I made, and that video was called Embrace Change. And the core idea of that video is that embracing change is a good thing for growth. I'm going through a massive change in my life at this moment, as you can clearly tell, and this truly is the next chapter for me. I'm terrified, man. I've never done anything this big before, but I'm definitely going into this process with an open mind and a mindset that I think will be good for this situation. And because of that, I'm actually really excited about this whole thing. First time home buying is a pretty scary thing, but it's also a pretty damn cool thing too. And with that, I still do want you to embrace change whenever you can. Whether it's a small or a big change coming up, I highly encourage you to embrace it, because you never know where you're going to be once that change has happened. And you know what? May as well just embrace what's going to happen to you. I truly never thought that at age 25, I would be buying my first house. Like, holy shit. But I can tell you one thing that is for certain. If you never take action, then change will never take place. If you hate where you are, then the only way to get out of that situation is to embrace change and, well, finally change things up. Now drop a like and a sub.